Juba, November 22044, ready for takeoff.
The flight plan is northeast, then south, towards the Ugandan border. The shanty towns of Juba soon give way to wilderness, a wilderness that could help rebuild the nation with its huge tourist potential.
We're leaving the Nile Channel, the main channel here, and we're heading east, and we're going to come up into the Bondingolo National Park here.
Paul ELKAN has seen much of the world, but this is something else.
We can fly for easily 2 hours and not see anything but wildlife and wild places, no human influence. But right here, we have one of those last great places on Earth.
This is East Africa's largest intact savanna. It is home to the second biggest animal migration in the world. Millions and millions of antelope follow centuries-old seasonal migration corridors. South Sudan has its very own subspecies of giraffe. There are elephant herds, diminished in number, but they were in sufficient quantity to make a full comeback. Near Nimule on the Ugandan border, the power of the White Nile, the waters of Lake Victoria heading for the Mediterranean thousands of kilometers away. Its potential goes beyond what you can catch out of it. South Sudan has extraordinary natural beauty, from the White Nile to an area of savanna 3 times the size of the Serengeti to unparalleled wildlife. All this in a country ravaged by war, inaccessible to that most valuable of resources, the tourist dollar. And now it seems the nation's unique wildlife has become a victim of the war. Fighters are said to be slaughtering elephant, giraffe and antelope. Paul ELKAN gave us the very latest update.
The situation is that some wildlife populations are being heavily poached by civilians, by the government army, by the army in opposition, the SPLA in opposition, and by the SPLA for commercial bushmeat hunting, as well as for feeding themselves. And so there's a lot of pressure on wildlife populations.
And that's crushing news for communities like Nimule. They just want a chance to develop the resources they've got.
If it is our will, we say no to the war. We need peace, we need development. Our children have been deprived, no school. Most of the population are illiterate. Peace, we hope it will come.
South Sudan has a beauty you never hear about. It's all just war and instability. With its wildlife and tourism potential, there is a hope for the future. But now, even that is at risk. Clarke, Al Jazeera, South Sudan.